Welcome to Narrowboat, the James Bill. Hope you're well, thanks for joining me. In this box I've got all my fittings for the canopy I've got to build on the roof of the boat. I briefly explained in the last video I'm having a 5 by 2 metre canopy basically hanging off the boat to cover the towpath to protect my customers from the rain. I also said on my last boat, Slow Patrol, I built a canopy which was a little bit flimsy. So this one I'm going to make a bit stronger. These are the supports, the brackets I've got to go on the roof. There's a whole load of these key clamp fittings which I've got, which are basically going to be like a giant Meccano set and put all this together. But first off, I need to get these ones on the roof, which are going to be the angles, which are going to be on this side, and it's going to pivot the long poles from here all the way over the towpath. So let's get them installed first. On screen now is my Insta handle. As a new business and as a growing Instagram channel, I very much appreciate the additional traffic and for people to follow me. So if you can go to Instagram and Facebook and follow the Crepe Craft, that would be great. There is content going up there which you may not see on YouTube. So yeah, there'll be some boaty stuff related to it. So if you can go on to Insta and Facebook and follow me, that'd be great. Okay, so I've got 4 bits of hardware installed on the roof. Not winterized installed. I've got to take these off and put some Sikaflex on it so it seals it. But this is the stern section. This is the middle section, and that one's facing the wrong way, but that's the middle section. And I haven't put this one on yet, but we're going to go and get the poles and start putting the poles in and see what it looks like. So Finn is on the paddleboard, the van is parked over there, so Finn thinks it'd probably be best to use the paddleboard to bring them over, because I've got 6 3-metre galvanised steel poles and they're bloody heavy. This is the stern section pretty much put together. I've got another one of these rigs to put down there, but basically that's what it's starting to look like. And I must say, that is exactly what I had in mind. I know it looks pretty heavy duty, but it kind of should be. I don't want anything which is going to be precarious for anyone on the towpath, but the overhang's kind of just about right. I've got more steel here to play around with a few more, and I've got these hooks to put on the canvas. And just to say again, it's 5 metres in length and 2 metres in width, so that will overhang nicely. And then the idea of this bit along here is I'll have another banner going along here all the way to there, so it will eclipse all of the ugliness of the solar panels and the frame. And up there I can put my logo, and I won't put the menu, but I might put logo in like Nutella signs or whatever. Pictures of strawberries, that would be well nice. Happy days. This is testing conditions because it's quite windy up here tonight. Just want to see how the sail performs in the wind. Seems to be going quite well on the upper thing. We did try swapping it so that the middle pole was above the canopy, but that did not work. So, but this way works at least, and it's not budging anywhere in the wind, and it needs to be secured down a lot more. But just as with the basic anchoring points in the four corners, that seems pretty good to me, even when it's a bit breezy. When it's really windy, obviously I'll take it down. If it's raining, that is the perfect cover, but it looks good. It looks kind of decently made. The fact that it's all good angles, that is just bang on. Self-supporting, doesn't touch the tow path. That is just exactly what I had in my mind. Certainly when I've got that long piece of fabric going across there, which blocks out all of the solar panels or the view of all that kind of rubbish there. But the way it's been designed means that you'll still see the solar panels, or the solar panels still see the sunshine with the canopy up. I'm going to get that sign written with crepes or something like that. And then the underneath is going to be all lit. But I think it needs to be lowered slightly. Finn, go and stand by the hatch, would you, mate? So Finn's just under, no, right by the hatch. Yeah, see if you're, because you'd bend down anyway to talk to me. Maybe not that much, but like a bit. So I reckon it could come down by a foot, to be honest. Yeah. At that height, that could come down a foot, which means that these uprights here,
that's about,
just have to be cut.
That's over 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
That is now.
Yeah.
8 foot.
Yeah, that's ample high enough, but it's probably too high because it might get in the way of trees and stuff on that side. So I could either cut these uprights down or just make a whole load of series of other height uprights so I can adjust the whole frame depending on where we're moored up. But so far, that is brilliant. So when the wind picks up, the sail goes like that. Sorry, you can't really see the lights a bit poor. And it's a bit breezy today, but that's kind of okay. It's kind of nicely clamped on. It's not going to lift the boat out of the water or anything, but I do need to secure it on that middle beam somehow. I'm thinking about using rope. Finn and I have discussed a few options, think that might work, but we are on the move today, so I've got to disassemble this for navigation. I think that's actually quite a decent solution in terms of the disassembly. Now we've got to turn around, go to fisheries, find a mooring there, and then see what it's like to assemble it. I will reduce the amount of poles here. There's still quite a lot of offcuts and stuff, and find a better way of stowing them, but it dismantles really easily to put it away. Right, next lock is straight ahead of us. I'm trying to find a mooring up near Fisheries Inn. I reckon that'll be a good little spot for a little bit of time before we go to London. There's some work to do on the boat. Security is the main thing. I want to finish the canopy and get some stuff together basically. And Finn is going away for a little bit at the end of September, so I'll look after his boat for that week. But it'd be nicer to be up somewhere around here rather than Canterbury or the Aquadrome, which is all a bit unknown around there for us. People on the last video have inquired about if Rob's all right and if we're still together. We were just together and down in Apsley. Yeah, he's cool. He's got a few electrical problems on his boat, so he can't quite keep up at the moment, but he'll get there. But yeah, at the moment it's kind of Finn and me. So Finn's on Betty Swallocks, and yeah, we're going to kind of hang around together for a while. We're going to cruise together and go to London together. He's going to help out on the business, I'm going to help out on his business. So yeah, we've got loads of plans, which is really exciting. But the first plan is to get to Fisheries and find a decent mooring. You too. This is a friend of mine's boat, and he's got a push butty there at the front of it, which not only does it look amazing, it's just such a practical thing. So that's on my wish list. One day, see if I can get one of them to go on the front of Serium. Right, Finn is setting up the lock. Happy days. This is very much early days of the Canopy and the awning. We have lowered the height of the uprights by 15 centimeters, so that's better. Finn, do you want to go stand at the hatch? Yeah, that's better, isn't it? It feels a bit more secure as well, not being as high.
It's a lot cozier.
Yeah, it is cozier. Yeah,
It feels like it's more. It protects you from the weather.
I think it. Yeah, it is going to protect from the weather better. Fantastic. Obviously temporary lighting. Need to get a few more fixings on this canopy. I need to be able to fix it up here in the middle, which means maybe putting some eyelets in there or sewing on some fabric to make a hook, much like the hooks they've got on the end of these. But that's pretty striking. It lights it up quite nicely in our new location at the Fisheries Inn, Boxmoor. Yeah, happy days. One of my key jobs I've got to do tomorrow, other than get some stock and commence trading for the week, is to take all this rig off and Sikaflex it all back in place. really happy I've opted to use these type of key clamp fittings. This is primarily designed for balustrading and railings and stuff, but it works really well for this. And there's a massive variety of these kind of fittings you can go for. This is a straight one, but the ones on the boat, the mountings of using the boat are slightly angled to take into account the camber of the roof. But I'm going to use this to make a mast kind of front center of the boat. Alrighty, there's my mounting pole in place. That is going to be for my security camera and floodlight and stuff, but for the moment I can use it to put in my open flag. That's a bit better than where it was on the stern. Oh yeah, that looks decent. Right, we're under a bit of wind here, so I'm just checking things are okay. The elastic bungee cord on there is really working a treat. So that's holding the sail down. I think the flag's pretty secure. So all in all, I think this is going to be okay under a fairly strong breeze. Any more than that, then I'll take it off. Well, we've done one day of trading outside the fishery in here. It's gone okay. It's quite a quiet spot, although it's beautiful. But it's put the Canopy to the first test. We've had a bit of wind, we've had some rain, and now we've got 3 days of sunshine ahead of us. So I think I'm still going to keep it up though, because it adds so much presence to the boat. I've had quite a few narrowboaters that have come past, kind of taking quite a shine to the Canopy. And even if they're not trading narrowboats, they thought about maybe they could install one of them on their boat, because it's a really nice place to sit down here. But the fact that it draws so much attention to the boat is great. And because it's made of scaff poles, it's pretty strong, it holds my weight, which is important because obviously when the wind comes it does flap about a bit. It's really easy to disassemble and put together. So apart from the fact I need to go out and buy about 1 million Allen keys because I've already lost 2, and without them I can't do anything to it, yeah, I'm over the moon about it. So thank you very much for watching this video. Till next time, take care, bye bye.